Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart with another episode of Common Sense. What I'm about to tell you, seriously, is perhaps one of the most important things you would need to hear in this day and time. So please listen carefully. We live in a world today where everything is jumbled. Everything is, the ups are down and the downs are up. And sometimes we look at the world and we just want to quit trying to make a difference. We look at all of the activities in Washington, D.C. We look at all the trouble. You read the newspapers, you watch TV, and we say to ourselves, what in the world can I do to make a difference? Back when our founding fathers were trying to find a way to become independent as a nation, there was one gentleman named Thomas Paine. And Thomas Paine was good at giving, solid advice on things that needed to be done. And one of the things that Thomas Paine said was, get this, the biggest mistake that a person can make is to think because they can only do a little, they do nothing. Wow. How many of us say, what can I do? What does my one vote or my one word or my one opinion, what difference does it make? I want to give you what just happened to Kelly and I. We love to go to movies. It's hard to find movies that you can go to and feel good about having seen the movie. So we do our best to make sure that we're going to movies that are just not going to act and say things that we want to hear. So we stay away from the R movies. Well, we were at a movie, and prior to the movie, they have the little previews. And they came up with a preview for a movie, and it said that it was going to be an R-rated movie. But normally, the previews are kept consistent with whatever movie you're in. If you're in a PG-13 movie, they don't show you R-rated stuff. Well, in this particular movie, early on in the preview, like a 2-minute preview, all of a sudden this woman comes out with the F word. And I just looked at Kelly and I said, wow, that's the first time I've ever seen that. Well, over the next 2 minutes, she said the F word 5 times. I looked around in the movie theater and I saw people with their children. I saw young teenagers, and I thought to myself, what are they doing showing this trailer, this preview that's got this F word in it? And not that we haven't heard it, but I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. It's vulgar language, and I don't like it. And if I wanted to go and hear it, then I'd go to an R-rated movie. Okay, so I looked over at Kelly and I said, you know what? After the movie, we've got to go find out and tell somebody. So we watched the movie. Now get this. We walk out of the movie, and guess who's standing right at the exit? The movie theater manager. Now they've got about 30 screens at this theater, and there he is standing right there. And I said, excuse me, sir, we come here most every week, and we love coming here. We appreciate the movies. And he said, yes, I know who you are. I see you here all the time. Thanks so much for coming. I said, but I've got a complaint to wage. Now, the first thing you would think is, wow, what good is it going to do for one person to wage a complaint? 2 people, actually, Kelly and I. And I said, and I told him, I said, here we are in a PG-13, and you've got a movie preview trailer that said the F word over and over again. And I said, honestly, we don't appreciate it. And he went, that's strange. And then he began to almost like, well, it was just a preview and this and this and this. And I said, that's not right. I said, and if you're going to put R-rated previews in PG-13 movies, then maybe we'll just quit coming. And he was, I guess I'll check on that. Well, a week goes by. We go back to the movies, and we're sitting in the movie, and guess what comes up? The trailer for that movie where they said all of the F word. We start watching, and guess what? The whole preview, not one F word mentioned, not one curse word mentioned. The whole preview had been redone. And Kelly and I looked at each other and we said, it's true. One person can make a difference. So we were at the movies again last night. Same thing. Still have the new trailer that's all cleaned up. Okay, here's my point. First of all, we go to movies from time to time, and I'm sure you do also. Do we think that we really can't make the difference by standing up and speaking out? Absolutely true. Now, this may be a small example, but it's a perfect example of how when you go to a Walmart and they've got trash magazines there as you're checking out with your children, you know what you do? You call the manager and you say, I don't appreciate these magazines being here. And if you can't get the trash out of here, well, we'll go someplace else. The same way with so many different things. Now, maybe they don't see it your way, but they don't want to lose you as a customer. So the idea is this. If I want to make a difference in my country, do you know where I start? I start with myself, right here, in my own neighborhood, in my own community. If there are things in my neighborhood, in my community that are not right, I stand up and I speak out. And you know what? Chances are when you speak out and you think you're the only person, you will find a whole crowd of people behind you who wanted to speak out, but they were just afraid or nervous, just didn't feel that they could do it. Okay? So the word for today, common sense, is each of us has to stand up and speak out. You know, truth is truth whether no one follows it. Right is right, even if no one follows it. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. I'm Jerry Stewart. This is Common Sense. I would appreciate your feedback. I would like to hear from you, even if you disagree. Tell me what you think. I've had folks that have come back and disagreed, and we end up having some good conversation. And it turns out maybe we don't think as differently as we think we did. Also, too, I would love for you to subscribe. And then once you subscribe, then every time a new podcast comes out, you'll get a simple little notice that'll tip you off. Okay? Once again, my name is Jerry Stewart, coming to you from Texas, Hurst, Texas. And we thank you so much. God bless you. See you next time. Bye-bye.